Hello, my name is Alexander Khalikov. I work with integration software for many years. I work for IBM, and today I will show you how to install Event Automation, which is IBM's interpretation of Kafka on top of OpenShift container platform. What is Event Automation? Event Automation is a Kafka platform from IBM that consists of three main components. It's event streaming, which is just Kafka streams, it's event endpoint management, which is management of endpoints with event gateway in it, and the third one is event processing, which is a drag and drop version of Flink processing that is built right from the ground for citizen developers. You can run it in basically any cloud, you can run it on premises, you can run it in containers, naturally you can run it in Kubernetes, and because you can run it in Kubernetes, you can run it in OpenShift. And OpenShift is a recommended platform by IBM and by me to run your containers, because you can have full control, visibility, and automation for your containers. And today, I will show you how to install the whole package, as I said, event streaming for streams, event endpoint management for managing events, and for event processing. Let's jump into my terminal. I will show you how to do it using a single shell script that I wrote and how it's going to work. Everything you need to do to install all three packages in OpenShift is to run this command, and it will ask you for your IBM entitlement key. And to get your IBM entitlement key, you need to go to this website and either copy the key that you already have or create a new one. I will copy the one that I have, I will paste it to my terminal, and while this is running, I will brew my coffee. So there are many components within event endpoint management, event processing, and event streams that need to be installed. For instance, when you're installing it on top of OpenShift within Cloud Pak for Integration platform, you also need to install IBM foundational services, because you need to have access to all of the services of the Cloud Pak itself, and also you need to have access to Platform Navigator, which will be installed with the operator related to foundational services. And the whole installation might take a while. It might take much longer than you need to brew your coffee, but if your installation is very simple, and it's not ready for production, but it's ready for developing and testing, you might do your installation while brewing your coffee. Because with that script that I wrote, you literally don't need to do anything to install all three, and need to say full components, because Platform Navigator will be installed as well. And when that will be completed, I will show you that you can get URLs for all three components straight from the script, and that all three components will actually be connected to each other. So you can run your streams, you can manage your endpoints, and you can play with event processing, which is, as I said, just a simplified version of Apache Flink. You don't need to know Flink scripts in order to run event processing, because from the ground up, it was built for citizen developers. And I need to say that it's already done. So the installation of all three components on top of OpenShift might take less time than required to brew your coffee. Let's dive into my laptop again, and I will show you that all three components are actually installed. So let's dive into components that we just installed. You can see from the script that you have URLs to event streams, event processing, and event endpoint management. For event streams, it's very straightforward because we don't need login credentials for it. You can just open event streams in your browser and you will see the home page for event streams. And from here you can see that the cluster is healthy and you can connect to that cluster straight from event streams user interface. Let's switch back to our terminal and try to open event endpoint management. Username for event endpoint management is EEM admin, and the password is this one. And that's it. This is the user interface for event endpoint management. And you connect, let's say, to a cluster from event streams. To do that, just click Connect to that cluster, copy your credentials, and let's connect to it. We will call it Event Streams Local Cluster. Click Next, and provide the URL to your server. And because we don't need username and password to connect to it, we can just add this cluster to event endpoint management. We need to wait a little bit for this to be validated, but it will be validated very soon, trust me. And the third component, which is event processing, is also available from its own URL. Let's open it in another window and provide username and password credentials to it. We'll copy our passwords from the terminal and log into it. And that's it. This is the user interface for event processing. But what is about Cloud Pak for integration itself? What's about Platform Navigator? It is also installed on top of OpenShift. And to access Platform Navigator from Cloud Pak for integration, just copy the URL for it and open in another browser tab. Provide username and password to it. This is your interface for Cloud Pak for integration. And you can access all of the assets installed at the moment. You can use that for MQ, you can use that for App Connect, you can use it for API Connect, but also, as you can see, you can use it for event automation. And I did lots of videos related to Kafka and related to IBM Event Automation Platform. You can watch them on my channel. So, if you want to recreate one of the demos that I created on my channel, just use the instruction that I provided in the video. Don't be afraid to install enterprise-grade Kafka on your machine, and I will enjoy my coffee.